This is TechCrunch. According to a new report, Apple is nearing a deal to pay Google $1 billion annually to power the new Siri. I'm Imran Sheikh, and your Tuesday Daily Crunch featuring 3 big tech headlines and a little business news starts right now. Now, over the last year, Google's added multiple AI-powered features to Maps to improve discovery and enable users to ask questions about places. Well, now, the company is upgrading the app with Gemini to let users ask its AI bot questions while driving, improve navigation, and perform more tasks. So, while driving, users can now ask Gemini to answer questions about places of interest on their route, return results about other topics like sports or news or what episode of Knight Rider is on tonight, and even perform tasks like adding events to their calendar. You can ask multiple questions in a conversation, too. For example, is there a budget-friendly restaurant with vegan options along my route? Something within a couple of miles? What's parking like there? Drivers can even report traffic incidents using Gemini, and Maps will proactively notify users of disruptions on the route ahead. Google's also adding a new feature to Maps that combines Gemini with Street View data to improve navigation instructions. So, instead of telling you to turn right after, say, 500 feet, Maps will now mention a nearby landmark like gas stations, restaurants, or famous buildings and highlight them before you have to make the turn. So, basically like my dad giving directions. The company said that Gemini cross-references information about 250 million places with Street View images to identify important and visible landmarks for navigation. And we're not even close to being done yet, folks, because Maps is also getting the ability to answer questions about your surroundings by working together with Google Lens. Google said the new Gemini navigation features will be rolled out to iOS and Android devices in the coming weeks and said that support for Android Auto would be coming soon. Tinder is looking to AI to revitalize its dating app, which has now reported 9 straight quarters of paying subscriber declines as of the third quarter this year. The dating app maker Match Group told investors on Tuesday's earnings call that Tinder is testing a feature called Chemistry that'll get to know users through questions and, with permission, will access camera roll photos on users' phones to learn more about their interests and personality. The feature is already being piloted in New Zealand and Australia and will be a major pillar of Tinder's upcoming 2026 product experience, said Match Group CEO Spencer Raskoff. Match isn't alone in requesting access to users' private camera roll photos. Meta also launched a feature last month that asks to use its AI on photos on your phone that you haven't yet shared in order to suggest AI edits. In both cases, the benefits to the end user for permitting this kind of expanded access are negligible. In Match's case, the company says it'll engage users with interactive questions and learn more about them using AI technology so it can recommend better, more compatible matches. Presumably, that would look something like this. If you had photos of yourself outside hiking or climbing, you might be matched with someone who shared the same outdoor hobbies. Now, while the company experiments with Tinder, Match's bottom line is taking a hit. Its fourth quarter guidance includes a $14 million negative impact on Tinder's direct revenue as a result of the product testing, Match said. This, alongside other dating industry trends, has pulled down Match's Q4 guidance to land somewhere between $865 million and $875 million, while analysts were expecting $884.2 million. Apple is nearing a deal with Google that would see the iPhone maker pay the tech giant roughly $1 billion a year for a custom version of Google's Gemini AI model to power its overhaul of Siri, according to a new report from Bloomberg. The move is a big one for Apple, which has traditionally relied on its own technology, but plans to use Google's model as a temporary solution until its own AI becomes powerful enough, including to power a slate of upcoming features for the voice assistant. The custom AI model's 1.2 trillion parameters, a measure of the software's complexity and capability, would far exceed the level of Apple's current models. For context, the current cloud-based version of Apple Intelligence uses 150 billion parameters, meaning Google's model would be roughly 8 times more complex. Apple had also considered using AI models from OpenAI and Anthropic earlier this year. After testing models from all 3 companies, Apple chose to move forward with Google. According to Bloomberg, the overhauled Siri is expected to launch next spring. However, since the launch is still months away, plans for the revamp could change. Now to the latest in startup business news, all in about 1 minute with our very own producer, Dennis.
Imran, thank you. And Replica, the first major AI companion startup in 2017, years before ChatGPT launched, announced it had 35 million users. Now Replica's CEO is back with a new startup called Wabi, which she describes as YouTube for apps, a social platform where anyone can use prompts to instantly create mini apps and share them with friends. Wabi, which launched in beta last month, is a harbinger of another consumer AI shift, one where personalized software becomes the norm. Wabi has raised $20 million in pre-seed funding from a stellar list of angels. Vibe coding tools like Cursor and Lovable have attracted significant VC interest, while no-code AI platforms, including Emergent, Replit, and Bloom, are racing to let non-technical users build apps through prompts. Wabi's difference? An integrated platform for creation, discovery, and hosting. No app store required. And that'll do it for me. Imran, back to you.
And that's your Daily Crunch. Today's stories were reported by Sarah Perez, Ivan Mehta, Aisha Malik, and more awesome TechCrunch journalists. We'll see you here tomorrow. Same tech time, same Crunch channel, and until then, find us at TechCrunch.com.